I'd like for y'all to listen to this. This is happening right now as we speak in Chicago. Gangsta rap, the black politicians have let the community self-destruct. That's what I said yesterday, man. Y'all mayors, city councilmen, school boards is just selling us out. In no way in hell all this gang shit supposed to be going on in no city. None. This is what's happening in Chicago right now as we speak. Listen to this.
He has a good idea for how politics works in Chicago. He was the 40th governor of Illinois. He joins us to weigh in along with Danielle Carter Walters, a native of Chicago's South Side and co-founder of Chicago Flips Red. Gov, let's start with you. I know you watched this Pritzker extravaganza today. He had everyone there. They were all there. Teachers unions represented. You had the police commission. They were all there. So he apparently is trying to argue, along with Johnson, that things are stupendously better, not perfect, but far better in Chicago, and that Trump's going there to incite violence. What do you say tonight?
I hope President Trump comes to Chicago.
This was the Democrat mayor of Chicago. He was Democrat.
In Chicago, 254 people have been murdered in 233 days. You can honestly wake up in the morning and say,
Whoa, listen to this. Listen to this.
No murders in Washington in 12 days. In Chicago, 254 people have been murdered in 233 days.
Wow.
You can honestly wake up in the morning and say, somebody's going to get murdered today. And you can also say 80% of the people murdered will be black, because 80%
black on black crime
are black. And if this was happening in the neighborhood Pritzker and these white limousine rich liberals,
rap music destroyed their mind.
Beg Trump to bring the National Guard. He'd scream and shout for the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. This is hypocrisy with a touch of racism, and it proves that the Democratic Party today, Black Lives Matter only for their
votes.
What
I told y'all about Black Lives Matter, they pitiful.
Disadvantaged neighborhoods.
Now, Danielle, Chicagoans have been dealing with crime for decades, but your governor thinks it's kind of a big joke. Watch this.
Here I am on the path on the lakefront at 6 a.m. on a Monday. And we got a lot of people running.
At 6 a.m. in the morning, try to show the people that no crime in Chicago. Goddamn, everybody's sleeping from all the killing last night.
Themselves. So I don't know who in Washington thinks that
grandstanding. That's the governor.
You may need to look inward.
Yeah, Danielle, he's trying to do the Gavin Newsom here, doing like the Trump troll. But we had 27 people injured over the weekend in violent events. People I talked to who've lived in Chicago for decades are afraid. They're still afraid. But we're supposed to believe it's all getting a lot better. Your reaction?
We are not thinking about Pritzker or Brandon Johnson. We just had 4 mass shootings in the span of 1 month.
4 mass shootings in 1 month.
Got shot and 4 dead. We just had senior citizens laying shot, bleeding in the streets.
Black on black crime.
Forget the gentleman who we saw, who was on Facebook Live, get robbed and shot while he was sitting in his car. So we don't care about anything these people are saying. Tell Brandon Johnson and Pritzker, if Chicago is so safe with Brandon Johnson especially, let's leave his 150 police detail. Fire them and walk around with no police detail. And Pritzker, no security. Come in my community, the south side of Chicago. Come over there and let's see you say how safe it is. You can't even sit in your car long. If you sit in your car, you know that it's a chance you're going to get carjacked.
Young black boys going to rob your ass.
Tell them to come around in my neck of the woods and talk that.
Yeah, Governor, I was driving through the South Side about 3 weeks ago or so. To see a couple of people in the area, so I decided to drive around with a couple friends, and it was pretty gnarly, I gotta say. I mean, I love Chicago; it's an amazing place. I've spent a lot of time near the University of Chicago over the years, but the idea that this is like some nirvana of safety now is ludicrous. I mean, you can feel it. And you can feel the tension in the people there. It doesn't mean, it's terrible all the time, 24/7, no. But they want to sell this idea that if they just had more federal money, that things would be better. That's what they demanded today. Johnson and Pritzker want $800 million, I believe that's what they said, restored to Illinois and Chicago.
Well, Chicago is a tale of two cities because the south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago are very different places from the Streeterville neighborhood, the Gold Coast neighborhood where Pritzker lives. In fact, life expectancy in the neighborhood Pritzker lives in is 91 years. But in Englewood, just 20-minute drive away, the life expectancy on the south side of Englewood is 61 years. Police officers are outnumbered by nearly 10-1, gangbangers to police officers. 12,000 police officers, more than 100,000 gangbangers. And those communities that are underserved with police presence are the ones who are facing these high crime rates. And here again, this isn't a black and white issue, it's really a moral issue. And when I was a governor back in 2008, I actually talked about sending the National Guard to help Mayor Daley and sending state resources to help Mayor Daley fight crime in those high crime neighborhoods. The great irony is, and this is sort of what Malcolm X says about white liberals, they pretend to be your friend. They're like the fox who sees the lamb, but it's the fox who eats the lamb. And in Pritzker's case, I think that lamb chop that Malcolm X is talking about will probably not last very long in JB's plate.
Danielle, do you think the average working person in Chicago would applaud this effort, if indeed, again, we don't know what's going to happen, it may or may not happen, but would they applaud this effort or join the ranks of people opposing Donald Trump and the quote, dictatorial conduct?
We welcome President Trump, and there's a lot of people, we get
That's
emails
right.
and texts.
You can't even goddamn walk the street during the day all night out there. Who wouldn't want safety?
That's opposed
Sitting their ass out there, Trump.
President coming in to help
Send the
our
National
communities
Guard.
to be safer, help our communities from homicides, from robberies, carjacking, and especially an elected official who have a problem with that.
Let's go official.
Those
Ain't doing
elected
shit for the
officials
constituents.
should be thrown in prison
Yep.
for treason.
Put their
That's
ass
just
in
it.
prison. Yep.
And you know what? Do not send these crooks no money.
Yep.
That's one thing we are asking President Trump not to do. They stole and laundered all our money.
That's right.
Actually, we're asking
That's right.
for a forensic audit. We want an itemized breakdown of how they spent our money on infrastructure, how they spent our money on the illegal alien crisis scam.
Right.
And we want to know how they spent our money on just crime statistics.
Yeah.
Because we know they manipulated those crime statistics.
I heard it from police on the street in Chicago who told me the crime stats are played with a lot when the reporting actually happens and they're downgraded to misdemeanors when they're actually found.
Yep.
I heard the whole song and dance from 2 or 3 police officers. Both of you, thank you very much. We'll stay on this story. And coming up.
See that? See that? Black kids out there in Chicago just mass killing one another. Black city councilman, black mayor. The mayor out there spending money on people that's breaking the law. Then he's spending on the people that live in Chicago, on the illegal aliens. Giving them all kind of goddamn money. Vouchers. So what I was saying yesterday about our politicians. Gangsta rap music just destroyed their mind. They gone goddamn crazy out there. But that's all through America. Chicago off the chain. You can't even goddamn walk the street at night or during the daytime out there without getting robbed. Getting they shoot at one another, no telling the bullet gonna hit you. Hell, I want the National Guard to come too. Keep us safe, man. And I'm telling you now, I love what Trump is doing. Sitting in the National Guard, keeping people safe. What the hell wrong with that? The rap music just took took over them young kids' mind, man. And they all young kids. Mass killing. People not even reporting shit. They killing so many people at one time now. It's not even on the news no more. Self-destruction, black on black crime.